Welcome to Viva, the important stories that you need to know for today. First of all, I was a perfectionist, but I'm also human. That's what former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir said during a recent RCI or Royal Commission of Inquiry hearing regarding Bank Negara's forex losses in the 1990s. The former Premier said there were times that, he overlooked some things. Now, despite testimony from people like the former Head Secretary of the Treasury, Tan Sri Clifford Francis Herbert, Dr. Mahathir said he does not recall being informed that Bank Negara had lost some 30 billion ringgit from its forex dealings. Tun M said he remembered being told that the figures is more like 5 billion ringgit instead of the 30 billion being reported now. He also perhaps cheekily hinted that maybe he had wrongly appointed the finance minister then. Now, although very little has been confirmed officially pertaining to the whole BNM scandal, some reports have actually come out and said that Mahathir and the then Finance Minister Tun Daim Zainuddin indeed did not know the full extent of the losses suffered by Bank Negara. On to the international front, after relentless pressure from pretty much the whole world, Aung San Suu Kyi has finally spoken out on the Rohingya issue. The de facto leader of Myanmar said it is not the intention of Myanmar to push responsibility away and that they condemn all human rights violation and unlawful violence. But again, there was an air of stubbornness that came with that statement. Because Suu Kyi also went on to say that amidst all the allegations and counter-allegations, there needs to be solid evidence before she can take action. This is similar to what has been said before. There needs to be solid evidence. But perhaps most of us have seen the countless videos posted on the violence inflicted upon the Rohingyas. That's visual proof, which begs the question, how much more evidence do you actually need? But still, Suu Kyi's government seemed to have the support of the Myanmar general public. In a recent gathering to watch her speech, some of them even held up placards with the faces of Malala Yousafzai, the Nobel laureate, crossed out. Malala had recently criticized Suu Kyi openly for her non-action. The placards, like Suu Kyi, say the rest of the world simply doesn't understand. Well, we want to understand the issue. We want to know if there's another side to the story. We want to see the solid evidence that can possibly justify the brutal treatment of the Rohingyas. But for the past few years, we have not gotten concrete proof. We have not gotten a solid, plausible explanation. Suu Kyi, the ball is firmly in your court. It has been for a long time, and the whole world has been waiting to see what you are going to do with it. Now, over in the US, after a tumultuous and long presidential campaign last year, we are all just so glad to put it behind us and finally move on. But guess what? It's probably not all that behind us. Former presidential candidate and fierce nemesis of President Trump, Hillary Clinton, has hinted that she will not rule out challenging the results of the election in a court of law. That is, if Russian meddling in the election is officially and conclusively proven. In a recent interview with NPR, Clinton said she would not rule out questioning the legitimacy of the election if collusion with the Russians is proved. Clinton won the popular vote by nearly 3 million in last year's elections, but was famously defeated by Trump through the Electoral College. Authorities in the US have confirmed that hackers tied to Russia had some part to play in influencing the elections, but formal investigations, including towards the Trump family, is still underway. Now, even if it comes to this extent, it's unclear what will happen if Clinton does pursue legal action to nullify the results. Imagine a President Hillary Clinton at last. Maybe she'll revive the TPPA? Fingers crossed. Finally, be prepared to be nostalgic and to be sad. Another huge part of your childhood, Toys R Us, has filed for bankruptcy. The lack of digital innovation and ballooning debt has finally caught up with the company. Toys R Us has $4.9 million in debt, $400 million of which has interest payments due next year, while $1.7 billion is due in 2019. The company has been playing catch-up with its debt for the past few years, channeling much of its money towards paying back its debt rather than doing things like innovate and improve its digital presence. And now, it's paying the price. Toys R Us chairman and CEO Dave Brandon said the company is confident that filing for bankruptcy protection is the right thing to do and that he hopes the Toys R Us brand will live on for many generations to come. But it's worthy to note that the bankruptcy protection they filed for is only applicable for their US and Canada operations. Therefore, there's a big question mark on what will happen to their stores in the rest of the world, including Malaysia. Toys R Us has nearly 1,600 stores and 64,000 employees. What will happen to the employees in the Toys R Us, Jaya One, in Paradigm Mall and everywhere else, we don't know. But what's for sure is, after the fall of our childhood darlings like Kodak and Nokia, the fall of Toys R Us serves as yet another reminder to companies today that if you don't innovate, you're doomed. This is Viva and I'm Mahathir.